Welcome back to Midwest Murders, Mysteries, and Myths. Today brings news of the execution of a child murder. Cassandra Lynn Williamson, known as Casey, was born on November 23, 1995. On July 25, 2002, the family had an acquaintance over for drinks. That person was 24-year-old Johnny Johnson. Angela Williamson knew him and his family since he was a kid. Neither she nor her husband Ernie felt he was a threat to them, and certainly did not have any suspicions that he was a threat to their children. The morning on July 26, 2002, 6-year-old Casey Williamson came downstairs in her nightgown to watch cartoons. Her father left the room to go make her a bowl of cereal. When he came back, both Johnny and Casey were gone. Casey's father reported his little girl missing, telling the police that Johnny had slept on the couch the night before and also disappeared. A witness stated they had seen Johnson with the little girl that morning. Johnny was born on March 16, 1978. As an adolescent, Johnson was moody, a loner, and smaller than most kids his age. He became known as Pee Wee, a name he later tattooed on his abdomen. Johnny struggled as a teenager, twice cutting his wrists so badly it required medical attention. In 1997, he was arrested and pleaded guilty to burglary and felony theft. After serving only 4 months on his 7-year sentence, he was released for good behavior. In October 2001, he was released again on probation for another burglary in order to be confined to the St. Louis Psychiatric Rehabilitation Center. There, he was diagnosed with schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is a mental illness characterized by hallucinations, delusions, and extremely disordered thinking and behavior that impairs functioning. The judge asked doctors at the facility to determine if Johnson was a threat to himself or others. He was then released into his grandmother's care. Soon after, Johnny's family noticed his behavior and failure to meet his probation officer. Following Casey's disappearance, Johnson was questioned and finally admitted to kidnapping her that morning. He said he asked Casey if she wanted to go with him to the old glass factory. He then picked her up and gave her a piggyback ride to an abandoned location. He led her into a pit with 6-foot-tall walls, where he attempted to violate her before hitting her in the head with a brick. He said Casey was still moving, so he took a large boulder and dropped it on her head. Burying her under rocks, he left. Afterwards, he walked to the river to wash the blood and evidence off of his body. At the same time he was giving his confession, the search crew found the body of Casey. She was just where Johnson was describing to police, in the abandoned glass factory under several large rocks. She had severe skull fractures, and her cause of death was determined to be blunt force trauma to the head. Johnson was charged with first-degree murder, armed criminal action, attempted forcible rape, and kidnapping. He was sentenced to death after being found guilty on July 26, 2002. Johnson, 45, was executed by lethal injection Tuesday, August 1, at the state prison in Bonne Terre, Missouri. Thanks for watching.